Welcome back to my channel. What do you hate about yourself? I talk to a lot of people, and it seems to me that there's always something that people hate about themselves. Oftentimes, it's not really anything that the rest of us see that's wrong with whatever it is, but sometimes we can see what the problem is. For instance, my problem used to be that I hated my teeth because when I was about 6 years old, I had a front tooth was pulled and it never came back. And it seemed like I was always having a tooth pulled every other week. I'm sure it wasn't that often, but it sure felt like it. But when that tooth didn't come back, my family said, you must have had it pulled more than once, because if you have it pulled more than once, it doesn't come back. And I told my mother, I said, no, it was only pulled once. It was only pulled once. Well, having to go through my childhood with that front tooth missing ruined my life. It ruined my self-esteem, my self-confidence. I just wasn't my whole self. And if you can imagine going through school all the way until the 6th grade, or was it the 7th grade? I think it was the 6th grade. I asked my dad I told him that I wanted a gold tooth for Christmas. At the time, I didn't realize that you could get a white tooth. But I used to see people with gold teeth because at that time they were very popular in Dallas. And he took me to the dentist, and I got a gold tooth, and it changed my life. I was the popular person all of a sudden because of that. And it allowed me to start speaking up, because I was always very shy, and I wouldn't speak up because I got teased unmercifully. And I mentioned some of the causes of my teasing in a previous video. But whenever you have any imperfection, that's where people hit you the most. Every time they want to tease you or be mean to you, they always strike at whatever your infirmity is. And mine was having a tooth out, because I'm sure you can imagine, and some of you may have dealt with the same thing, and you may still be dealing with it. But it was horrible going through life like that. And then also being poor and not having nice clothing and not having lunch money, and just so many different things that we were going through at the time. And it wasn't until after I got the gold tooth, my life changed. Like I said, it changed for the better, because then I could speak up. People could no longer tease me about that. And so I was able to accomplish a lot of things in my life. And I realized when I started working at a bank later on in life that nobody else at the bank had gold teeth. And I realized that this was probably going to hold me back, that it was going to hinder my upward mobility. And so I decided that I needed to get that gold tooth removed and get a regular white tooth. And so I called around to many dentist offices to see if somebody could give me a payment plan, allow me to have a payment plan so that I could pay it in payments, because at the time I had been recently divorced and I was robbing Peter to pay Paul, so I didn't have the money to do it. And everybody turned me down. Everybody. And I can't tell you how many dentist offices I called. But eventually it occurred to me that I should probably reach out to the president of the Texas Dental Association. And that's what I did. I wrote him a letter, and I told him of my plight, that I had been calling all of these dentist offices and nobody would give me a payment plan. And I told him, I'm not asking for a handout. I'm just asking for a hand. I always pay my bills and I will repay them. I just need somebody to give me a chance. And I explained to him my thinking about not being able to progress in my career if I didn't, if I didn't get this gold tooth replaced with a white tooth. And I sent the letter off, and then eventually I heard from him. And I take that back. I didn't hear from him. I actually got a call from a dentist's office, Dr. Jim Root, R-O-O-T, if you can imagine. But he said that his office called and they said that the president of the Texas Dental Association had contacted them, and they were willing, Dr. Root was willing to replace the tooth and give me a payment plan. And so I went on the day of my appointment, and he took the x-rays, and then he came back in and he said to me, he said, did you know that you have a tooth that's turned on its side, that's impacted in your sinus cavity? And I said, so that's where it is. And he said, what do you mean? I said, I told my mother that the tooth never came back, and she didn't believe me. He said, well, that's why it didn't come back. He said, because it's turned on its side and it's impacted in your sinus cavity, so it could never come down. And he said, as long as it's not bothering you, we're not going to bother it. So anyway, I had a relationship with Dr. Root for many, many years, taking care of my teeth. And it really did change my life to have that white tooth installed. And when I left the dentist's office that day, I ran home. Well, I drove home, and first thing I did was call my mother, and I told her, I said, I finally know what happened to that tooth. And I said, it's impacted in my sinus cavity. And so she was shocked that it was still there. But the reason I tell y'all this story is because everybody has something that they're dealing with, something that is holding them back in their lives. And I don't know if it's your teeth or if it's your weight or what it is. There are many, many things. And what I would ask you is it something that can be fixed? If it's something that can be fixed, you owe it to yourself to get that thing fixed so that you can move forward. Because as I said, I couldn't speak up. I always kept a low profile because I didn't want anybody to see that tooth was missing. And I just had such a bad experience with it all my life that I just couldn't risk it. But what I want to tell you is that whatever it is that's holding you back, find a way to get it fixed. If it's your teeth, if you need dental work, did you know that there are dental schools that you can apply to and get a reduced cost of having your teeth fixed? For instance, the University of Texas here in Austin has a dental school in San Antonio. And I heard about this, I don't know, on some show I was watching or the news or somewhere. But when I heard about it, I went online and looked it up. And sure enough, they had an application on there that you fill out, and you just tell them what type of dental work you need to have done. And then they will review your application and get in touch with you. And if they select you, then you can get your dental work done for a much reduced cost. And at this time, this was just, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or something, but the reason I was looking for no, it was more than 10 years ago. I take that back. Yeah, it was more than 10 years. But anyway, the reason I was looking for somebody to do it was because we all know dental work is outrageous. And this is why so many people cannot afford to have their teeth done. But what I want you to do is to go online and search dental schools in your area. Look for the different universities. Whatever university is in your area, then they may have a dental school that you can apply to get your dental work done at a much reduced cost. And the reason I was doing that was because the dental work that Dr. Root had done so many years ago, it had been like 25 years since he had put the white tooth in. And I noticed that there was something going on with it. And I don't remember what was going on with it, but I knew that I needed to have it addressed before it became an issue, because at the time it really wasn't an issue. But I said, if I can get into this dental school and get the work done for this reduced cost, it was like a quarter of what it normally would cost. And so anyway, I got in, I got the dental work done. It takes a long time though, because these are students that are working on you, but they are highly supervised by their instructors, and their instructors are professional dentists. So anyway, I got that done and all was well, but I just never felt that I didn't have the $1 million smile that I wanted to have. I wanted all of my teeth to be the same color and just to have a beautiful smile for once in my life. And so I happened to be on YouTube one day, and there's this young lady. Her name is Sharita M. M as in Mary. And her video just happened to pop up, and she was talking about her trip to Turkey. She said that she and her twin went on this dental vacation to Turkey and how inexpensive it was to go there and get dental work done. And she just went through the whole process, and she had videos of their trip to Turkey, and she tells you everything you need to know about it, all the way down to reminding you not to forget to buy a phone charger that's compatible with the electricity source in Turkey. And so anyway, I was so shocked. I was like, finally, I can possibly do that. I said I can definitely do that, because I had decided that I was going to get my teeth fixed, get that $1 million smile that I always wanted here in the States. And as a matter of fact, I was going to have the work was going to start in 1 week. And they had already done the molds of my teeth and everything. And it was going to cost $25,000 here in the States to get it done. And it wasn't going to be all of my, it was just going to be like the top portion of my teeth. And then when I saw her video, I was just blown away. And I went online and I looked up the Dental Center of Turkey. And all of their pricing is very transparent. Their pricing is online. And I reached out to them. I contacted them and, let them know what I wanted to have done. Well, I did it online. You do everything online. So they are very, they're right there, Johnny on the spot. Within 12 hours, I had a response from them, and I found out that I was going to be able to get my dental work done. And not just what I was going to get done here for the $25,000. I was going to be able in Turkey to get my whole mouth done for $5,000. Yes, $5,000. And so it was a no-brainer. And so you stay in a 5-star hotel. They pick you up from your hotel to take you to the dental center. They bring you back. And with all of your appointments, they pick you up and they take you back. And for all of that, for airfare, 5-star hotel, and they even had free breakfast every morning, the total was $10,000. Yeah, when I was about to spend $25,000 to get it done. And I was just blown away. And so I decided that I'm going to Turkey. And so that's what I did. I went to Turkey, and as you can see, I got my entire mouth done for the whole thing, airfare, everything, hotel and dental work, all for $10,000. So I'm telling you this because I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to have something wrong with you and something that is holding you back. Well, at the time that I went to Turkey, my smile, my teeth were no longer holding me back because everything changed for me when Dr. Root decided to help me. But I just wanted to have, like I said, I just wanted to have a beautiful smile and have all of my teeth the same color, and for once in my life to have a perfect smile. Because what I also realized was during the pandemic, when we started doing everything on Zoom, I could see that the bridge that I had, it stood out like a sore thumb. It was very white and everything else was not. And so when you're looking at videos and people on Zoom, you can tell who has the dental work, who has the bridges and any dental work. If their whole mouth is not done, you can see it. So what I want y'all to do is to remember that anything that's holding you back, that's hindering your progress, that's causing you to not feel great about yourself, that's negatively impacting your self-esteem, your self-confidence, that makes you afraid to speak up, you can do something about it. Like I said in the beginning, if it's something that can be changed. And I know that not everybody is going to have $10,000 to get the work done. But what I'd like for you to do is go back and look at my video that's titled Millennium's Midlife Crises, because I talk about how to save money and how to save money so that you can have money to do the things that really matter in your life, because you can do it. It may take you a while to save up the money to do it, but it's so worth it, because whatever you hate about yourself, if it's holding you back, if it's preventing you from having the best that you can have in life, the relationships, the confidence, the jobs, whatever it is, do something about it. Do whatever you need to do, even if you need to put it on a credit card. And don't do that if you can't afford to pay the credit card bill. But I believe that it's worth it. Just like we finance cars and we finance houses and things like that, it's time for you to finance your smile, or whatever it is. If you want to have, you want to do Ozempic or Wegovy or whatever, to lose weight, whatever you need to do, look into getting what it takes to get it done so that you can become the person that you were meant to be. Because you can never reach the highest heights if you are afraid to be yourself. If you cannot be your authentic self, then it makes life not what you want it to be. And like I said, I know from firsthand experience how it can hold you back and how it can hinder you. And I'm telling you, when Dr. Root fixed my smile, well, before Dr. Root, when my dad got me the gold tooth for Christmas, like I said, it wasn't the ideal thing, but for me it was, because finally I didn't have a hole in my smile and I was able to soar. It was just the most wonderful thing in the world, because I felt like a whole person then. And I didn't let people just take advantage of me and like they used to do, and I could speak up and I could argue back and so forth. And that's what I want for you too. Whatever it is, I don't know what your Achilles heel might be, but having my tooth missing was the Achilles heel for me. And it was just life-changing to get it done. And if you have people that don't have issues with their teeth, people that have beautiful smiles, they don't understand what it's like to not have that. It's such a blessing if you were born with great teeth. And for the rest of us, it's debilitating. And if you've ever watched these Clear Choice commercials with these before and afters of the people that get their implants and get their teeth done, it's amazing how it changes their appearance and their personalities and so forth. And that's what I want for everyone, because life is wonderful. Had I not been able to get my teeth fixed over the years, I can assure you I would not have become a successful person, because number one, people don't give you a chance. When you have a smile that is lacking, if there's problems with your teeth, people discount you. They really do. And there are other things that people have that causes people to discount them. So whatever it is, whatever is going on with you that is fixable, if it's fixable, then fix it. Find a way. And if you'd like to discuss more of this, then let me know in the comments, and I will definitely respond to your comments, and I'll share with you any information that I have. But trust me, it is worth doing, because you deserve to have the life that you want. You deserve to feel proud of yourself and not feel like you need to hide, because that's just not a life that's not a life, and your life is worth living. It's a beautiful world. It's a wonderful world. Let's live it. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if I can help you with anything, any information, I'm willing to do that. And I'm shocked that I'm doing this. I've never done this before. But now I can. And I just want to be able to help as many people as I can so that you can experience the life that I have and am experiencing. And I have been living this wonderful life for so many years. And I would never, ever wish the old life that I had on anyone. So I'll see y'all next time. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you later. Bye.